Good morning. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. If you can hear me, if you can give me a wave or something, that would be great. So I know you can hear me all right. Wonderful. We're going to get started in a few minutes. My name is Kristen Pine. I'll be doing today's lottery for 254 Broadway. I'm excited to see such a great response. We have so many attendees today. This is wonderful. So we'll get started in the next couple of minutes. Thank you for staying on. I would ask that everyone remain muted, as this is a live broadcast and there's a lot of information to pass along to everyone. So we want to make sure that everyone can hear. So thank you for your cooperation, and we'll get started momentarily. Thank you for your patience.
Can you hear anything?
Hello.
We're not talking. I think you.
Good morning again. My name is Kristen Pine. Thank you for joining us. We've had a wonderful response so far. I'm going to ask that everyone please mute themselves now. It is important that everyone does mute themselves. We will be starting momentarily. I just wanted to let everyone know that we have met our capacity for our Zoom license, meaning we can only have so many participants on a particular Zoom call. We've exceeded that capacity. So if you know of anyone who's looking to join on, no worries. We are actually recording this presentation, and we will be able to put this on our website within the next 24 hours. So thank you very much. I did get some comments. Someone said, I can't hear anything. If you can hear me, can you raise your hand? I see everyone's faces. Great, so people can hear me. So I would ask that it's probably on your end if you cannot hear me. So thank you for the kind response back. I appreciate it. We will be getting started. We are at our maximum capacity. And thank you for joining us today for the lottery. I just want to start off by saying that, again, this will be recorded. We ask that everyone remain muted during the presentation so everyone can hear. This recording will be put up on our website. So if you get kicked off for any reason for, maybe a technical issue, not to worry. Again, this is being recorded. It will be hosted on our website. If someone could not join because of the limits of our Zoom license, they can be referred to the website. So everything will be there. Another piece that I want to talk about is that please keep in mind, no one wins anything today. So when we talk about the lottery, it's really, think of it as like drawing straws, okay? Everyone, it's about placement on the waiting list only. You do not win anything. There is 40 units in the development at 254 Broadway, and we had over 900 eligible applicants. So the likelihood of someone being placed may be small. So when you reach the top of the waiting list, our office will connect with you. Until then, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to our office. But that's really the extent of it. So with 900 people, if you have a high lottery number, the likelihood is we may not contact you. All right, so let's get started. I can go over a few pieces from our presentation that we had done prior, and I'm going to share my screen now. It'll be up momentarily. Can everyone see my screen? Let's see. No, okay. Let me share that one more time. Okay. So today is the lottery for 254 Broadway. Again, you're not required to be present at our broadcast. However, we love that you are in attendance. And this is just strictly optional. It's just for everyone's benefit if they'd like to participate during the live broadcast. It does not affect your placement on the waiting list at all. And again, it is not a requirement. We will be recording this. We will be placing it on our website for everyone to view the recording. We will also make sure that you can see the placement of the lottery number versus your application number. So today is the day of the lottery, and we are going to do a random sorting of the application numbers. We're going to be doing this today using an online random sort process. So it's done quickly with just a matter of a few clicks of a button. And once that's done, the sort will be conducted where we base it on your bedroom size, what income limit your application falls on. Do you have any preferences, et cetera? And then we go by lottery number. And that's what's going to determine your final placement. So even if you're number 5 and we have 40 units, you're not going to necessarily be maybe the 5th person called. You could be the first person called because you're number 5, but you're the first 3-bedroom that we come across, so to speak. So we wanted to just make sure that you understand that piece. And then after the lottery, what I will be doing is I will be sending out emails, letting everyone know their application number and their lottery number if you had provided your email address. If you did not, this will be mailed to you, and you should expect it sometime next week. So within 5 days of the lottery, this is when we will start contacting people for interviews potentially. That means that we will have done our sort by then, and we will know who to contact first based on your bedroom size, any preferences, et cetera. And then before contacting you for an interview, there's going to be a credit and background check run for all applicants. The consent form that you had signed was attached to your lottery application, and that's going to be used as our authorization to run any sort of screening. So it's important that if we reach out to you because we're missing any sort of signatures on that consent form, we will need to get those quickly from you. Every adult household member has to sign a consent form. If for some reason that you do not pass screening, you will be given an opportunity to appeal, and units will not be offered to anyone who is after you in the lottery until the appeal process has been completed. Regarding the interview, when we contact you, that's for an eligibility interview. This is our opportunity to gather documentation. It's going to include a list of documents that we are going to need to gather or have you gather up for us, along with a confirmation of your interview date, your time, and location. When I say location, you'll be contacted over the phone. A lot of this is going to be done via either fax or email or DocuSign. The list is made available on our website. However, that will be provided to you at the time that we are scheduling your eligibility interview. So you have time, you have the list in front of you, you have time to collect and gather your documents ahead of time, ready for the day of your eligibility interview. If you are unable to attend that interview, you need to contact our management office within 24 hours in advance of the scheduled date and time so we can make alternate arrangements. If for any reason you are a no-show to that phone appointment, this is considered an automatic withdrawal from the process. The only exception to this is a medical emergency where we will ask for you to provide supporting documentation. Again, due to COVID-19 safety protocols, the interviews will be conducted remotely via phone and email as much as possible, but the same rules will apply. The interview will be conducted over the phone. We'll have a full Peabody Properties application that you will need to fill out and email to us prior to the call. We will call you during your scheduled day and time. If for any reason you do not answer, we will make additional attempts within the next 15 minutes. After those attempts, if you do not answer, you will be considered a no-show, and your application can be removed from the lottery waiting list. The only exception to that is, again, that of a medical emergency, where we will be asking for supporting documentation. Deadlines. There are going to be a lot of deadlines, and it's important that you understand that up front and that you are cognizant of all the deadlines that are given to you. We, as the lottery agent, have to follow a number of strict deadlines in order to qualify applicants for units. So we will need your cooperation, and you will be required to provide any requested documentation within the timeframes that we give you. The timeframes we give you will be reasonable. Failure to do so, though, will result in the removal from the process altogether. So in order to, if you have run into any obstacles, please talk to the leasing manager that you are working with at that time, so we can overcome any of those obstacles. But other than that, it's important that you are an active participant in the process. Again, we will be contacting you via phone and email. So it's important for you to regularly check your voicemail messages, check your inbox for your emails, just to make sure that you are responding to all requests and timelines given. Failure to respond back to us within 24 hours will be the cause for your application to be removed from the lottery waiting list. An email or letter will be sent out to advise you of this action. So if your phone number has changed, if your email has changed, this is important for you to communicate that with us upfront quickly. If you've done that, if you've changed a phone number recently or an email address, please contact us, and I'll leave that information on the last slide for you. Please reach out to us this week. The processing of your file, once we've had your phone interview, we've gathered up all your documentation, can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, depending upon your individual circumstances. And then upon completion and approval of your file from Peabody Properties, as well as any third parties that we have to reach out to, and if the certificate of occupancy has been issued, a lease signing date will then be scheduled, as well as a tour of your unit. Please note that our lease signings will take place via DocuSign as much as possible. We just want to minimize that person-to-person contact in an effort to safely social distance. Initially, we will be asking for you to select your preferred 1 to 2 units based on floor plans that will be provided to you. And units will be assigned based on your lottery numbers. Once all the units are filled, a notice will go out to everyone still on the waiting list, letting them know that the lease-up process has concluded. If you're not contacted for an interview and are not offered a unit at that time, this means that your application will remain on file and will remain on the waiting list. So as there are future vacancies that come about, you will be on our waiting list and we will contact you accordingly. Therefore, please ensure that the property always has your current contact information. This is so important because in the event that that unit does become available, we know how to contact you. If we can't contact you, we move on to the next person on the waiting list. So please make sure that if you move, if you change a phone number or an email, please update us. And this concludes the brief session before we do the lottery of the sorting of numbers. I just want to thank you for your time on this piece, and we'll get started unless there are any questions. I can take some at this time, and then we'll get started with the lottery. If you have any questions, I'm going to ask that you put them in the chat feature. And again, for those, as we talked about, if you've had a phone number that's changed, an email address, maybe you've moved, on this slide, we have the ways that you can reach out to us. This is the best way to get a hold of us and update us with your information. So I'll leave this up for a moment, give you an opportunity to copy that information down. I don't see anything in our chat feature, so I'm assuming we're pretty good on questions. And just to remind people, these slides, the recording that's taking place now, as well as the lottery sort information, that's all going to be up on our website. That should be up within the next 24 hours. All right, we're going to get started. Bear with me just for 1 second. And we're opening that up now. Thank you for your patience. We had over 900 people apply as eligible applicants. We've had a tremendous response. Just to give you some updates too about the property, it's 40 units, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, as you probably know. The property, we are anticipating initial occupancy in the spring. The property does have an elevator. They'll have an area for packages. They're having the closet space in the units. I actually took a tour, very spacious, very generous sized bathrooms. The property's gonna be beautiful when it's done. Go back to my add-ons. Oh, there we go. Scroll down. Go all the way down and then shuffle. And then let them know that, oh, okay, there you go. All right. I'm going to start at the top. We've just done the shuffle. So we started with everyone's application number and the lottery number. I'm just going to get to the top of the list here. And it did a random sort. Put your filter on. Do a filter for lottery and application number. I also have to share the screen. The screen's not on. I'm gonna make sure we're showing all of that. Everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And then go ahead under your application number and then sort that here. So just so you know, again, we had over 900 applications that came in for the 40 units. We're doing the sort. So this is your application number. You can see this column that I'm highlighting here, and I'm going to slowly scroll down. This is your lottery number in the first column, if everyone can see that. And then as we scroll down, I'm going to do this very slowly. And I know there's 900, it's going to take some time. So I will go slowly and we will do this. So please have your application number in front of you. So what you do is you have your letter in front of your email with your application number. And as I come to the number, you can see your placement on the lottery. We will be emailing you and we will be sending out snail mail for those that do not have email, a paper copy of proof of your lottery number. And I'll begin that now. So we're starting with right here. So if you are application B001, your lottery number is 921. That makes sense. And we're going to start accordingly. So we'll go very slowly. So please watch the screen. And this is going to take some time because we have 900. We had such a fantastic response. I will be taking questions at the end as well. If you missed anything from this presentation, just keep in mind, this is all being recorded. It will be placed on our website by tomorrow. And we are planning on initial occupancy for the spring. We're looking at late March, early April, potentially for our first move-ins. And we're at the first 200. I do have a comment from someone that it's small for them to see. I'm not sure if you're on possibly a phone or an iPad, and that will be probably a little more difficult. So keep in mind after the recording, check back on the website tomorrow. The website is www.254broadway.com. So that's easy to remember. And there will be information posted on the recording and the list. And again, check your emails tomorrow as well. But if you have a question, you have our contact information. It's on the website. You can reach out and we can go over any questions that you have if they're not answered today. You can email us with any of your questions at 254broadway at peabodyproperties.com. That's PEABODY properties, PROPERTIES.com. And I understand that it's difficult to see. Someone had said I think this font's a little small for them, so I apologize. And again, you will have the recording that you can refer to tomorrow on the website. So we're about 20 minutes in. You can actually just fast forward a good 15 minutes into the recording. So we're over 500 now. We're more than halfway done. And again, if someone was not able to join us, if they were kicked off the presentation for any reason due to technical issues, if they couldn't make it for any reason, if they can't see, again, this is being recorded. And we're going to be emailing you this same information. So the person who has B630, we're going to tell them in an email or letter, you are number 801 on the lottery. So everyone will get their information sent to them. And again, if you have questions, just email us directly at 254broadway at peabodyproperties.com. We're getting into the home stretch here. And keep in mind, if you are not selected during the initial lease up, again, your name stays on the waiting list. So as future opportunities open up, we will be reaching out to you. So make sure that you have your contact information up to date with our office. That's critically important. So when something opens up, we know how to get a hold of you. And we are at the end of our lottery sort. a number of chats here. I'm going to look through them right now. So thank you for your patience. Just looking for any questions that you may have. I have someone who said their number is missing. So what I'm going to ask is that you reach out to us because I'll make a bet I may have been scrolling a little too fast. It was probably hard to capture. So please email us directly at 254broadway@peabodyproperties.com, and I'm happy to connect with you today. So if anyone missed their number, they didn't see it for any reason, if it was going too fast, you're welcome to email us and we will respond back today.
Okay.
I would ask is just make sure that your name is in there. So we're matching the name with your application number. So if you can say, yes, this is Jane Doe and I have application number BE937, so you can see here, and it's 836. And again, this isn't, when you get your lottery number, that doesn't mean BE937 is going to be 836th person that we call. Again, as we talked about, it's going to also be about bedroom size, preferences, et cetera, and then lottery number, okay? So if you have a question about that, reach out to us directly. I know a couple people are kind of answering each other in the chats. So I just want to make sure. And I'm going to ask everyone to mute themselves. If there aren't any, I did have a question about how many bedrooms are available. So we do have 1s, 2s, and 3-bedroom units at the property. If you have any questions, please email us directly or visit the website, and we'll be happy to assist any way that we can. And again, thank you for your participation today. And we're looking forward to connecting with you. Make sure that we have your correct information on file. So unless there's anything else, looks like a lot of people are going to be checking back on their lottery numbers, either with us or the website. So thank you very much.
So are you guys going to be putting this in the website, because the numbers were so fast that I couldn't see them?
No, it'll be in the presentation. It's in the presentation. And you will be emailed directly. And again, it's recorded. It'll be up tomorrow. So check back on the website tomorrow.
This is particularly true of the regular.
If there's nothing else, I know a lot of you are reaching out saying, what is my number? Please email us at 254broadway@peabodyproperties.com, and I'll be happy to respond back to you today. All right, if there's nothing else, thank you so much for your participation and have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now. Thanks.
Hi, I have a